So setting up for this cut, I've got these 3 pieces that I'm using for my blanks. To get this to be a 1/4 inch, I'm going to sneak up on it a little bit, but I just took a 1/4 inch setup bar here, ran that in here so it just catches that tooth. Yeah, right there. And I'm leaving them just a little bit of clearance here. It's not quite touching. And it'll give me a little room to clean up the saw marks. Alright, I'm going to make a couple of miter cuts both directions. I'll actually cut it this way and this way so that these two just kind of wrap the corner. I'll do that 8 times to get the 4 feet I need. Okay, I'm starting to warm up to the idea here now that I've got this cut down lower. Not so much of a cover up. Like I said, round over and cut back this way. So that is my next cut. Actually, they're going to be opposites. And I will tell you this, I was making my pieces. Let me grab these other ones. And I knew I was going to have to have a mismatch on one of the back corners. I ended up cutting 3 extra pieces like this. And that just doesn't work. It's not going to go together like that. So I made 3 rights and I didn't make a left. So I found a piece of scrap in my wood pile. This one right here, and that'll go on the back. It'll actually go on this back corner so that I get a good grain match of this one on the outside here. The back one is going to be the one that I won't really care about. So I did happen to just find this in my scrap pile, and it didn't take much time at all to remake the piece I needed. Alright, the first order of business here is to cut these to length. And since I have a couple of extra pieces, I'm going to cut one of these first to double check my length. Got my 80 tooth blade in here, and my box is sitting right over here. I'll give this a try. Check it for length, and then we'll do the rest. So that you have left and rights here. So one has to be cut this way, and one has to be cut this way. Yeah, so that the point meets the stop at the same place. Now I've got a little piece of scrap wood here I'm going to put in underneath here. Probably should cut that to length first. the ones that run the other way. Also want to get my zero clearance in here. I was thinking I was going to do the 45-degree operation first, but better to go this way. All right, let me check this for length, see how that looks. All right, that looks good. It lands right on that joint line. And then I've got to make this miter cut coming back this way. Set this up. I got this is one of my test pieces. So I have 4 pieces cut flat against the fence this way. So I've got those on the miter saw set to go. I need to establish where my cut line is. So I'm going to cut my fence here. There's not a lot registered on the bottom here, but that's the best I can do. So I'm going to sneak up on this cut just to see where I'm at here. Alright, there it is. That's the cut I'm looking for. So these should all be good. Okay. Still got all 10. So these now go together. Oh, here's one. So that's the look you'll get from the front and then also from the side. Right, this is just a dry fit, but I'm liking the look now. I think once this gets softened up a little bit, I mean, I'm torn now between putting a round over on this and just sanding these a little bit, because everything is kind of a square edge. So I think I might just leave these as is and just put a light sand on these edges once I get them fitted to the case. But I like this look right here. That's kind of nice. And one last detail before I put these together. I'm just going to friction fit with glue, but I've got to get these corners cleaned up. I've got just a little interference there in these corners. So I'll just take a chisel and run this through here and get that little bit out of there. Make sure that I get a nice tight fit to that case. So once I get them all glued together, I'll bring it back, and then we'll make sure that we're going to get a good fit. And we may have to massage this 90 degree here too, just to make sure that's going to work out as well. All right, I've got a terrific fit on these two front corners. It's just beautiful. Same on the other corner over here. See if I can get over there. Yeah, this corner is nice fit all the way around. On the back, I've got a little trouble, and I'll show you what I've got here. All right, you can see I'm tight. If I keep it tight to this edge here, this corner hits first, and I've got a probably 32nd of an inch. The other corner is exactly the same. You can see that gap out here. So what I need to do is remove some material from this corner to nothing on both of these. So I want to mark this with a pencil, make sure I don't screw this up. So from this corner to 0, and that corner to 0. And I've got the two pieces, or the two corners I need to work on. One back here for support, and then this block of wood on top of my number 2 corner, I'll call it. This is flush. This is just proud. So I'm going to just pair this off and see how that turns out. This is square, by the way. This is just in the way. Now, I don't want to tighten it. I'll have to work around it because I like the position I'm in here. Feels pretty good, except maybe right down here in the corner. Let me go try this and I'll see how it fits and come back. Well, I've got a good line. It's just that I cut it this way instead of straight down or even undercut. So I'm going to stay with that line and get this clamped down. And just go back toward the corner. All right, I'll try this fit one more time. All right, it's rocking right in here. Otherwise, I think it'll fit pretty good. So I'm going to try and just take that straight back. Alright, after some many back and forth, I shouldn't say some, I've got an acceptable fit. Once that gets glued on there, it's nice and tight here. It's just barely open on that end. This one, on the other hand, is perfect. I mean, I got this one. This one took about 2 minutes. I probably spent 30 minutes on this one, but I can live with it. So that is the way the feet will sit on this case. All right, I like this look. I'm going to give it a rest. Think about what I'm going to do here on these edges. I like the way these feet look now. I kind of had a hard time seeing it, but bringing it down to about halfway, making these little miter cuts, really dresses it up.